Hello, America. Hello, world. This is your next president, Reverend Dr. CHAMPvinchi, the marvelous, the brilliant, the tough, the indestructible, the lover of all Americans, the peacekeeper of people of all colors, a leader of love, a leader of finance, a leader of standing up to giants, even if it means putting everything on the line. And that's where I'm at today. I'm a hurting hero today. Maybe I'll get into that, maybe I won't. I wanted to shut it down and not do a video today, but this connection with God, God said, turn around, go back and do this. Last time I did that, it didn't work out so well, but that'll be okay too, because God controls all things and he knows right and wrong and truth and facts. And so that's where we're at. But today might be a little bit weird, but God wanted me to turn around and come talk to you guys in the midst of PTSD. And you may think PTSD, wait, you weren't a soldier, you're just wearing a cape in a parking lot. Some might say that that's proof. But really, if you look at mental health the way I've been talking about, which we don't need to call it mental health, we need to call it human health of the brain and mind, it is something that if you're down, how are you going to look up? How are you going to look up, you know? Because in this world of real people and not so real people, we get caught up kind of like the shows like American Idol or The Voice or these other shows. And actually, hopefully this summer, if we get the beaches open, but Miley Cyrus and I and CHAMPvinchi are going to host a So You Think You Can Island Dance right here at Champland, USA, here on the islands, Lanier Islands, Georgia. Coming to you, hopefully 2020, if not 2021. So You Think You Can Island Dance. So it's going to be a great show. You know, we'll get Simon in a tutu and a hula hoop or something like that. But let's just look at how American culture is. And I'm a huge fan of American culture. I'm wearing a cape in the parking lot. I'm a huge fan of being strong, and I don't mean like I'm the strongest. No, I'm talking about here, everywhere though. Your mind, everything needs to be strong. Your heart, because when we're not strong, America, guess what we are? We're weak. And when we're weak, guess what we are? We're unhealthy. And when we're unhealthy, guess what? That costs us a lot of money. And you die. And before you die, and as it costs us a lot of money, not only that, but then you start to be in the focus of people, because at that point they think you've become a bad person, but actually your brain's just running different patterns, and whatever you've ran through in life, like this stuff that, like bad things people did to you, American kids and adults, these bad things, when he chased you back down the line like and so this has all been something that what I truly believe in is bringing up stars and things like The Voice and American Idol and these kind of things. But at the same time, America, we are still in this Jabez and Jezebel. You know, it's one moment, one action somebody can take in their entire life, and all of you are going to hate them for one moment in their entire life. But this is what my whole message is about. And then this is the complete difference of me and the AD philosophies, the all damned and the all dead, and the difference of how preachers have been preaching in that time while everybody's still sick. If this time out on earth isn't time to be like, that didn't work, and that didn't work, and that didn't work, and that didn't work. So what didn't work? The current preaching styles, the CDC, the FDA, the HIPAA, the WHO, our Congress, our Senate, they chase the president around like they're in a chicken coop. It was like, I'm going to tell a bad joke, but it's okay. It's kind of like, all right, I'll stop. Look at that. Even in PTSD, I stopped that time. That's good. I want to say it. Maybe another time. I gotta pray about it. All right. So what's going on is we look at each other and like, well, you should know how to do better than that. I don't like you anymore. You are now scarlet lettered a racist. You are now scarlet lettered of this. You are now scarlet lettered of that. And coming from a place where I'm not that person, but I'm standing up, and you know how you know if you're a star? Whether you're on the TV, people are watching, or whether you're on the couch. Okay? My dad loved TV. I like running around being funny and laughing. And so I guess that combo of the way he would watch me and let me be me and let me grow and run around, do whatever I wanted to do as long as I wasn't too bad. But, it's something I knew. And then my mother taught me, really, she was the one that kind of taught me leadership and how to be a leader. She was more the strong hand in our family. And so these things we would always think, and we still do. We are still thinking in a linear way. Like, that person did this, that means they're bad. Now, I think hold on. So we used to have this neighbor, and his name was Raymond. Raymond had some, I don't even know what the proper CNN way of saying this is, but Raymond had mental retardation. And he was a sweet guy. He was out in the yard, and we were just country kids growing up and, doing our thing. But in the summer times, we'd get out that slip and slide, before social distancing and before the people that have led us to a complete shutdown and the worst place of all of our lifetimes at this very point in time. And probably the worst in 100 years, maybe. 80 to 100 years, we'll say. But we'll be okay. We were raised well. We've been given a lot. We're tough. We're strong. We'll be okay, America. I'm not whining like that. I'm just stating the facts, and we're about to jump out of this. So we'd get out the slip and slide, and Raymond come out there and stand in the yard, and we were out there, dangerous. I mean, I wear a tiger on my back. We were going down that slip and slide any way we could. Grass cuts, grass burners didn't matter to us back then. And all we wanted was to be the one that our neighbor Raymond, he would do this. Good. Or he'd go, bad. And it just thrilled us. It just thrilled us. Like, it thrilled, if somebody got a good, then that person would get up, they would dance, they would celebrate. The good old days. We'll get back there, kids. These people didn't mean to ruin it. It's the systems, and I got systems, and we'll get there, kids. Don't worry. I promise I'll get us there. They get on my nerves, too. All right. So, but the other group of kids, my brothers and our friends or whatever, we had awesome childhood growing up. Tons of friends, community, neighborhoods, everybody coming together to play, not social distancing. This sucks. All right. And so, this is hard for me right now. But that's okay. So, as the other kids, if Raymond would give a bap. I love Raymond. Rest in peace, my friend. I'll see you in heaven. He always went to church, too. He'd sit by me in church. He used to try to give me dips in church. Won't him? But if you got a bat, then all the other kids, that's what they wanted. They wanted to see you fail. Which, I mean, slip and slide, who cares? That's funny. And there's some cutting up to this. But this whole act of even as simple as every little moment, this is what I want to try to show America so that we can get a grip on how not to be fake, and not just how not to be fake, but how to be fulfilling for people, okay? And this slip and slide image I want you to see is exactly how everything's been focused in our lives, because we didn't know any better until now. We can see into the brain, and now we know better. But just like Facebook, you have the thumbs up and the thumbs down. It is a yes, I'm all in, or a no, I'm not. Like, somebody could post a meme and they could lose 12 friends. I'm done with them. Bunch of sellout motherfuckers. Like, that's why we're all sick. That's why we can't even get around each other. It really isn't the corona. It's our brains. It's our attitudes. It's our everything. It's all over the place. So, American Idol and these kind of things, it's the perfect image, plus being able to play as kids or in any social fun situation like we used to have in America. This is so hard. All right. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I'm having a tough time right now. Try to bring it to him, and I feel good 1 second, and then my brain just stops. Ooh. Oh, God, I thank you for the life improvement technologies, because otherwise my mind was linear, like I'm trying to teach them about, but I can't get them to listen. Thank you, God. All right, strength returns. All right, like I said, coming in the middle of PTSD, we need to see this because HIPAA wants us to hide it. And HIPAA wants us to hide it so India and China can sell us drugs without anybody knowing that people are hurt. What's happening in our minds when we get so many thumbs down or just, just this rapid up and down, bipolar, yeah, you're good enough. No, you're not. First of all, if you're saved in Jesus Christ, you're good enough. But are you being great? And that means, are you walking to help others? That means thumbs up all the time. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Because what we do is we take a thumbs down and we turn it up. All right? Isn't that kind of like drinking a drink? Isn't that something? So here's the thing. Is there's a lot of people out here suffering. Mr. President, thank you for all you do. But Mr. President, if I'm feeling like this and I'm like the king of hanging out by myself, part of it's because I'm scared to death and hang out with people because they're so just leany or opinionated. Like you can't even be comfortable. Like I'm like, oh great, now they hate me. Like that's no way to feel. You shouldn't be able to just lose friends on a moment, on a drop of a hat. Like, and it's not, it's not my friends, your friends, anybody. It's all of us. It's a collective group. And we've been assassinated by the flash rates on our phones, by the things we don't see, by the things that the government does know about, but they're all coming out now that we have the internet. Okay? And so these ways that are disrupting our everyday life, this idea of not, eating the right foods for us, stuff like that, and we're getting hit in all different ways because we don't know what's going on inside of us. It's blindness. But this is 2020, and we're here to open our eyes. So I just want to let everybody know that I love you, that none of these videos at all have been done in vain. And I just want to share with you where I'm at in my life. And I have confirmations without anybody breaking an NDA. So an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, is a good thing because I think people should keep their information to themselves. But if an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, makes you have to deceive your friends or a friend or someone you care about for long periods of time, and you tack on that you're getting a fee to do that, and your actions are actually hurting them, even if you're trying to do something to help them. Because what you're not remembering is that inside of this person who you love and you're trying to help, like this is how Hollywood feels. Hollywood, I want your vote. I'm going to stand up for you right now and I want to explain to the world how Hollywood feels and how we need to treat stars better. And Mr. Trump, just like you feel, man, I mean, nobody gives you a break. Like, why does nobody compliment you in there, man? What a bunch of ruthless bats and penguins. Who, like, can we get their data? Like, who are they connected to? Like, why is it that a star, Kyle Larson, you're forgiven, my friend. I would like for the black community to stand up for Kyle Larson. He made a mistake. We all make mistakes. Come on. Come on. He ain't racist. We're all just American. Everybody in America says that at some point in time. It's an American word. I'm not for it, but I am certainly not for the hanging of a person. Just like we wouldn't hang a person for being black, we shouldn't hang a person for saying a word. Just like we shouldn't not hire women because they're women. So we can't be crucifying our stars on one mistake. That's pathetic, America. But I'm not mad at you because I'm a brain doctor and I know that you're sick. Only about 10% of us are our brains operating in a place that stays above the norm. So the difference of the PTSD that people out here who haven't had life-improving technologies and mine, because I've had the PTSD before I had the technologies, is that when it comes back and I start seeing, people who are interested in my talent, but they're misusing it. Like so many stars in Hollywood, so many young actors, so many young singers. Kanye talks about it. All the rappers back in the day, they got hosed on their talent early. And here I am out here trying to work it for y'all. And yeah, I want my talent shown. But America, I've been used. They're running around trying to make money off of what I'm trying to deliver to you, which I'm sure I'll get money and assets and stuff like that. But I want y'all to know this. I stood up like a lion today because what is money if the foundations of who's on your team aren't set in the way of how to support each other and people? Because the old ways won't work with me anymore. And they shouldn't work with you, young America. Like, screw that. You don't get to judge me every time I make a move. No, 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 no. You get to love me and encourage me into success. And that's what this is all about, because that's the parasympathetic network, how to be kings and queens. And you guys are a bunch of Jabezes and Jezebels. And so we have things as wonderful as like American Idol and The Voice and these kind of things. I love them. I love all y'all. I can't wait to throw down. But let's pretend that they had a behind the scenes and they want to go get talent somewhere. And so they would have to go in and get the talent, right, without telling the talent, and get all their friends to get around them and to do things, which sounds really cool and is really good TV. But what if you're the star? What if you're the star? You know, I feel like Tyler Perry right now, because I read an article about him, and he was just saying that in movie writing and stuff like this, that when other people try to tell the story that you're supposed to tell, they can't do it. And you know, that wasn't basically the basis of that story, but he was saying that they couldn't afford the Screen Actors Guilds, the Hollywood script writers, so they had local ones as they're trying to build the film market in Atlanta. I read this all online, and then, but they weren't writing good enough stuff. Then they paid the big bucks for them, but then he would have to go in and write everything. And so, like America, like I'm out here walking for Jesus and I'm doing these things, but like, you know, I love God, you know, I love Jesus, and I'm a different style of that, and that's okay. I'm the kind of warriors he wants in charge. Because we'll stand up here with PTSD. We'll stand up here and make a mistake in front of you. We're going to keep smiling. We'll cry right in front of you and get right back up and fight. Okay, so when we are looking at these things, let's imagine that these are cups. Each of them is a cup, all right? And they need to have this amount in this one, this amount in this one, this amount in this one, and this amount in this one, and this amount in this one, right? And now let's say this is thumbs up and this is thumbs down. 911, oh, this son of a gun, ah la la la, ah la la la, okay? And so what we have is the world's bringing us, Mr. President Task Force, please pay attention. That's why we need me up there on doing this. Because right now, everywhere we go, CNN's the world's leading sorrow fear mongrels right now. Congratulations. Here's your Vinci Award. I believe in you. I love all of you, and I hope you turn it around. I can help. All right, but they're like CNN. We're sad. So this cup right now has this much in it. These have none. And then Fox News, they've turned down their tone since they're winning, but they've started to creep back because now that Trump and Task Force are investigating things that even the religious people have money in, it's going, That's why you need a peacemaker, a deal maker like me. You need a lion to hold it up like President Trump and come in. But what we have, America, this is what you're doing to our president. Every time you're like, you said, this guy, I said that, I said this. You're turning him into a bipolar being. The way this works, imagine, like I'm thirsty, so I put fluid in my body to fill the tank of the thirst I need, right? Okay, so your mind and the way it works is similar. So this 5-finger confusion, is this part? No, this is part 97. Part 97, how to go from PTSD to heaven. Woo! I like that title. All right. It's got me so unfocused, like it was so hard to come here because I'm like, I'm gonna be so distracted, it won't be good TV, but I want y'all to see it. Because I need, like, this is how people could help me, and this is how I'm trying to help you, is that life has soldiers and all of us back here. And when you have these dominating, guess what happens? The behaviors in these thresholds, categories, this bucket of behaviors are sad, mean, angry, PTSD. So what you're doing is you're looking at somebody and you're seeing their action, which is the effect, not the cause. Cause, effect. But we're judging the effect. We're not supporting the cause. Our job is to support the cause and to forgive the effect. So the cause would be that these are low and they don't feel good about themselves, which is exactly what's happening to the people that are trying to mistell my story that I'm trying to deliver to you. So check this out. So these people are not against me. I bet they love me to death. I bet they admire me. I bet they are so proud of me. I bet all these things. but they're not giving the heroes and the people what they need. They keep trying to correct me into being a perfect being, and that's not who Jesus sent me to be. America, that's not who God sent me to be. We can't judge people on one place, because when these three, let's say I hit my head a lot in football, which I did. All right, let's say my joy was going away because my ankle had broken and I knew I was losing sports and I didn't know what to do. Athletic identity problems. Let's say I didn't have people around me supporting me. So now I'm walking around, this is back in the day, I'm walking around in this state, but I still look like this on the outside, or some form of me. It's still, hey, that's Nick. But on the inside, these are empty. Okay? And so the brain has to go from, I'm just going to freeze, which that was me not wanting to do this, to, oh my God, why is this happening? I better strike back, right? And it's because these three, faith, hope, and love, haven't been given to this system. And this isn't just happening to me for poor old me. No, it's happening to every one of us in every news cycle, every flash rate on our phones, because it was already happening. So we can't be so mad that they're using this bait to work, because it works. But there's other bait that works. There's other bait that not only works, but it makes us healthy. We can cut the suicide rate by a few percentage points at least by changing the flash rates on all technology. Who's in? Y'all got to vote for me. Okay. So let's look at this. So what happens, people are like, well, you just can't make a good decision because Jensen, pre-lit territory, was like, you're following it. You know, the old Christians, the AD Christians, they'd be like, you're following the devil, boy, you're following the devil. And what it was they just told this kid they were following the devil so damn much, AD all damn, that the kid started following the devil. Because that's the cup. That's what they were pouring in his ears. And that's what they're pouring in his eyes. And that's what they're pouring in the brain. Monkey see, monkey do. Mommy use fork, baby use fork. So there's a visible action we're giving to everybody. Oh, I don't like you. Watch this. I'm going to show you a bunch of turkey breasting around going, like, shut the flock up. Bunch of flocking flocks. Like, that's how it is out here. Like, I don't know the American Idol stories and stuff like that enough, but I know that anybody who's ever been anything, they're in the same shoes that I've been. All the people in Hollywood, have some empathy or apathy, I don't even know all the words, but love them in this way, because you may think, oh, you have all this money. All the people that hate the NFL stars, these people, baseball stars, because they have this money, like, you're actually just a slave to your audience. You hit home run, they cheer. You get a little too drunk, which they were way too drunk while you were hitting home runs. You get a little too drunk and have an error, but because you're a star, they're not there for you for these. Because to you, they were the enslavement of the home run hitter, of like Will Smith on TV, you know, like these kind of things. And so then we start taking judge. We're the judge now in this world. Judge and jury, judge and jury, judge and jury, judge and jury, instead of community, team, and faith, hope, and love. How about, can you build a community? How about that? How about, can you sing all across of a community? How about, why is it always we have a star and then everybody else is a judge? And you always live vicariously through that star, and you're like, you're walking around, then that star makes a mistake, and everybody dumps them on their head. That star wasn't getting supported, saying, man, what a good person. Man, I love you, man, for the things you're doing. I love it. So when that doesn't get enough, it empties. We can't help it that it empties. We can read the Bible, we can sing, we can dance, we can wear capes, tiger jackets, big shield shades, but then all of a sudden, if somebody around you, which this is how we are operating, the robots or the humans, starts telling your story wrong, it's like a virus amongst people, okay? And so that's stage one of telling a story wrong about a star on TV, anybody, or even in your own household. Because the second you start telling the story wrong, what you're actually doing is recruiting darkness. What you should be doing is being like, let's go see how many strengths we can point out in this person and watch them glow. Let's go point out, let's go encourage them. to try new things so you can build different parts of your brain, even if it's an extreme failure. Let's have a higher forgiveness rate. Let's encourage these kind of things, because that's what we're doing. And it's not just us. Our current food system makes us do this. Our television shows are set up this way, judge and jury all the time, or winner, loser. And I like winning and losing. I believe that's part of life. But I'm just saying, this is our whole thing. But when a superstar falls, the entire community should go and support them. If we're going to support someone who has a mental disability, right, then at what point in time do we, the jury or judges, get to see what's inside of their mind? Maybe they've done everything they can to help everybody they can. But you know what? Maybe a part of them wasn't getting filled up the way it should because the people around them were following the culture. And then the people around them. So stage one is your story starts getting told wrong. Kyle Larson, they just suspended this kid for racing while people were watching race. He said a bad word. Shut the flock up. Watch this. Fuck. All right, I said one too. There you go. Like, leave him alone, encourage him. Don't you dare do that. And I mean, yeah, he said the wrong word, but guess what? If you know the word, and if you're a follower of God, not that everybody has to be, but you should be. Intelligent people are, and unintelligent people. So if even the unintelligent are, and you're not. See, that's why you keep going, because God will bring you a laugh. Where was I? PTSD is so hard, y'all. How we treat each other. All right, kind of lost my place. PTSD is hard, y'all. I don't have the encouragement, the love, and these kind of things in my life. I'm filling it up with this. So look, let's do it live. Since I just lost my place, let's say that was you in your life. So what can you do, Vinci, instead of just standing here and I'm too numb to be embarrassed right now, and God's holding me because I'm being courageous in His name. So let's just flip back here. Oh yeah, second stage of the crowd appeal. By faith we understand. This is Hebrews 11. Now faith is a substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. Do I have faith? Yes. For by it the elders obtained a good testimony. I'm gonna knock you out verbally with love. Did y'all hear this? Everything, listen, America, if you don't believe in God, I'm standing here with PTSD and just went live, flipping open the Bible. And I'm upset that the elders and the people that are seeing me as some kind of like little spectacle, they expect me to be some kind of backslider. They expect me, you know what? I didn't show up to the Christian world as a sissy. I didn't. So many people are talked into coming to Jesus because they're bad boys or they're little weakies and they're little bad girls. That ain't why you come to Jesus. You come to Jesus to be a part of His army, America. That's why we're so weak. Everybody's been coming to Jesus for the wrong reasons. For some reason, probably because when I was born dead, and I remember like through prayer, me tugging on God's cloak saying, let me go, God, let me go. I promise I love Him. I promise I love Him. He's like, they're going to ruin you. They're going to ruin you. I don't want you to go through this. And He let me go anyways, because He knew I'd stand here and I'd stand in PTSD and I'd stand up for the right things and all these things. And He knew I could handle the beatings, although it's hard. And I don't like them. And I hope y'all can pick me up, cheer me up a little bit more. But so all this, and then I got people going around stalking me from where I go, filming me here, there, and anywhere. And I'm sure it's for a good cause. But then my friends, everywhere I go, start to act different because they're a part of this. And then I start seeing what's going on, and I don't want to interrupt it because it's probably a good thing, which will bring attention to the Bible and which will also bring attention to life improvement technologies, because there's a lot of hurting people out here. And I'm trying to help the people, and everybody else trying to have a show. Whoa. And it's even people in Hollywood that know what it's like to be like me, but they're treating me just like this because that's the boo sheep they've been eating until now. Your new leader, President CHAMPvinchi. This is fun, y'all. Check this out. Look how cool this book is. I just flip this sucker open to the right side. I'm like, God, I need love. Where do I go to the right side? You need direction, you open it up to the left side. He liked that one. Jason flip. All right, here we go. So, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good testimony. So, the elders obtaining a good testimony by doing it wrong to me and getting to watch this. But then today when I stand up and I say, MAGA motherfucker, USA. Hey, JC USA, I ain't from the AD, baby. Y'all ain't gonna treat me like that. I'm gonna stand up to you. I saw y'all. We're gonna get to the community, how you hurt my community and people around me, and how that's false profiting and false hopes and all sorts of other false things, and damaging the leaders, which is the upside down model. That's what the devil wants. God says, down, let's run like kings. All right. By faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the Word. The worlds were framed by the Word of God, and you're not going to use words to encourage me. You're going to actually have somebody sign an NDA so that they can't use words that God has given them to encourage me. That they can't be real like God has made them to be there for me. That NDA better have come with a work agreement that says you need to text him 5 times a day and tell him you love him for no apparent reason. Or otherwise, it's from an army of Satan. It's not the people. It's not you guys. Damn, Tyler Perry called me, man. I feel like same thing, man. Like people are telling my story wrong, man. Oh, wow. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Blake Jesus. All right. By faith, Abel offered to God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. God testifying of his gifts through it, he being dead still speaks. By faith, Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death and was not found because God had taken him. For before he was taken, he had this testimony that he pleased God. Hey, y'all, God's been pleased with me my whole life. So if you're not, that's the devil in you. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So just like God, obviously he wants us to seek him, which then Jesus says, do what we do, God and Jesus, 1, 2, 3, what are we supposed to do? Go do that. So we're supposed to diligently seek the uplifting exhortation of you, and me. Bow down to Jesus Christ. Put your evil swords down and turn this plot around. Narrative. I got your narrative. I love y'all and you're forgiven already. Show up. Do the right thing. I know you're terrified of your past. I can help you. I already know how your brain works. It's not like you fooled me. I got shades so big I can see around the world. My God gives me vision. He lets me put it on my finger and watch it twirl. I carry this flag like a proud American, and you ain't gonna say nothing about me that I ain't gonna stand. That I ain't gonna stand right up and be like, nah, homie, that ain't the right story. Now back to the Bible. Sorry, that was terrible. But anyways, PTSD. See, even your raps get bad. Yeah, y'all killing talent. You're killing talent. You're killing talent. You're killing talent. You should be supporting talent to fly. You're killing it. And then the devil will get behind you and be like, hey, we'll give him a gift later. We'll give him a gift. It reminds me, my whole story, Tyler Perry, this would be perfect. My story that's going on right now reminds me of it with the balloon. Like the people like this be like, oh no, we're going to do something good for you. And you get close and they're like, ah. Like that's what's been done for me. I need Hollywood to stand up for me right now. This is bullshit. Forgive me, Lord, for cussing over the top of a Bible. I just felt him laugh. By faith, Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death and was not found, because God has taken him. For before he was taken, he had his testimony that he pleased God. Why can't y'all accept the fact that me and other people already please God? We already please him. You're trying to write some story about me and every star and everybody that's got talent to somehow make them be like, well, like, Like the Rocky story. What about the Jedis? Can we start training people to be superstars rather than be fallen champs that got to get up while nobody supports them in between A and Z? They just want to see them win and they want to boo when they're bad. But without faith in what I'm saying, it would be impossible to please me, even if you're running around thinking you're trying to reward me. But without having faith in exactly what I'm saying and the reason why God is shining the light on me and the light through you to see this and for you to get the money ready and for you to do all the things, whoever you are, and I truly don't know. On the Pledge of Allegiance, I do not know. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to this republic and to the world for which President, Reverend Dr. CHAMPvinchi and all of you and colors all around the world stand for. We will always fight for liberty, liberty and encouragement of all. The end. I think we should embrace justice for encouragement because we need to quit cutting each other. That's good, Vinci. That's good. Put them shades back on. That's good, Vinci. All right. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is. I know I am. Y'all think I'm not. That's because you don't know you are. And that's my whole point. Y'all been led and y'all keep eating this bait that these people are teaching you. You're trying to I see, here's another thing. I've seen, I walk around with my shirt off and stuff like this, and I have some pretty hands, and, I got some nice features, and I'm cool that it's bringing people's attention to God. I'm all about that. But nobody has asked to use my images, and I'm seeing them pop up on Christian films on YouTube and stuff like this, and it's not perverted. It's not like that. But it's harassment, and it's wrong, and it's stalking, and it's perversion, and it's a bit molestation of my privacy. Yeah, let's molest his privacy. Let's molest his happiness. We'll hold a gift for him down the road. 2, 3, I still love you. By faith, Noah, being divinely warned of things. Noah had a boat. Not yet seen, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household, by which he condemned the world. And because... Wait, hold on. By which he condemned the world and became heir, or royalty, of the righteousness which is according to his faith. Don't believe me. If you don't believe in me right now at this very moment, that my message is pure and that what I bring to you, even when I run with the glory and the fear of God, telling everybody, you're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. I built you all an ark today with my strength. Inside of my PTSD, I built an ark because we had a bridge and I invited everybody over. But I forgot how sick y'all are and that we hadn't had a chance to change the flash rates to get your minds in a place that you can accept a message. So right now I'm throwing stuff and it's going zoop, zoop. And that's not a, you're watching because you like some of it. But I can't give you more this one message, just like a Jesus at one point in time on a cross can't give you more. We are to go around and help fill each other up in the right ways. And to lift each other up, not to tear each other down. And I keep seeing all these YouTube pictures, and even ones, there was even they admire me for something, I guess my faith, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. But my whole point is I'm hey, they're shining the light over here, and I want to bring the light to helping people all over the world. And they kept shining the light at me so much, I'm all right, cool, this is when I want to go be the President of the United States, because clearly they're paying attention, but they've gotten to the point of the same way that it's breaking me down. So I want to let you guys know what breaks me, President Trump, leaders everywhere, and you down. And it's not enough encouragement, faith, love. And President Trump, we have to use hands. Man, I haven't had a hug in oh my God, weeks. just like that suicide rate, sir, this is good. This is good. Just like the suicide rate goes up, the suicide rate goes up when the flash rates stay where they're at. The suicide rates go up when we don't have hands to touch each other. The suicide rates go up when we don't get to shake hands. The suicide rates go up. So you're not really killing a terrorist enemy, you're creating one. It would have been better, and I'm cool with y'all, whoever y'all melted with lasers. Laser beam, laser beam. Also, we need some rules about drones. There's some perverts with drones up here above the lake watching everybody. I mean, they're so perverted, just at all times, trying to beam down on people, and it's bullcrap. So we need drone rules now because of perverts. And people that want to molest people's privacy in their life and do it the wrong way. It's one thing if you want to cheer somebody to pick them up, but it's another thing if you're hurting them while you do it. That's what the devil does. He gives you a little bit. It's like a drug. Give you a little bit of hope, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and then tears it all away. Then tears it all away, and then builds up a team. So the secondary part of telling someone else's story the wrong way and not supporting them like we're supposed to do, spirit fingers, all right, is that then the virus of not defending that person and holding up the wall like Jesus did for y'all need to be like he did, hold up the wall for whomever. So the secondary thing, that when you put the virus of telling someone else's story wrong into people around them, and now they have to sign off, like you may not know this, and I know you don't because you don't know the brain, whoever you are, but the brain now is agreeing to deceiving. That's not of God. The brain is now getting others to deceive all around, right? So as I'm looking around her, I'm not like paying that much attention to everything because I have supreme awareness God's given me, and this technology is ridiculous. So I just let it be, and all these things I've been seeing, I'm not being mad. I'm not being like, leave me alone. I'm like, the light's on me. Let's shine. Let's roll, baby. You know? And so, but now as I'm picking up on this, best brain doctor on the planet. Nobody else has helped this many people like this and healed. The healing comes from here. The intelligence comes from my faith up there. And that is actually the mathematics of what we figure out on this. That's good, son. Thank you. Okay? And so what the virus of telling someone else's storyline wrong, just like an NFL player, it's just like this. Stephen A. Smith, man, it's how that's been in sports. Well, let me tell you, this boy here ain't never done anything. Shut up. We ain't got time for that right now. All that led to this. We were sick while that was happening. Use my lit hat, keep this thing on. All right. So, this virus then affects, and just think, look at the news. Every moment that the news, CNN, Fox, whoever, comes out and is like, and they just pin you to be some terrible person while you're running the world, trying to keep them alive. And the second that they go, you have half of America go, babe. That's awful. But you didn't know it. And it's not that hard to explain. We can count it on our fingers. Do I have enough of this in this news thing? Do I have enough of this? Do I brag and tell people that we're still Americans enough? Do I tell them all the wins we have? Do I tell them this? Y'all are just telling them this. But it's kind of like an overwhelming, it's like Satan has the matrix on the airwaves, which is what Jesus explained to Nicodemus. Come on, man. So this Satan matrix over that then hits your head, which is why PT, protected technology, is so important. And also why the war in space is so important to win. We must win it. We will win it. Who are we? E-A-G-L-E-S. Motherfucker. U-S-A. U-S-A. Pray, pray, pray. And it works. These models of being the good guy, being the heroes, being encouraged, going to work happily, paying people right, doing these kind of things. Everything that we want is what we're supposed to do. And President Trump he's built a wall with his arms like this, but now he's letting people across. So I built that bridge, and he's building that wall, but nobody's going with him. Just like none of y'all are coming with me right now. You're around. get on the boat, baby. Come get on the boat, because the captain over here. So I'm driving this boat, number 97, how to turn your PTSD in heaven. And I'm starting to see people, but I'm like, man, why are they drowning over there? Like, wait a minute. That person still looks like a pirate, and they're back in my life. They hadn't said nothing nice to me in 18 years. Wait a minute. You know, Christmas, my birthday, Easter all passed, and I'm still getting feeling that nobody's hit me up, and my friends are acting weird about me for that long. Like, I'm empty. And that's what's happening, President Trump, in America. This is something that we all want there to be an enemy, but the enemy is the absence of our unity. Woo! President Obama liked that one. I know, he wants in on here. He did too. He says that's why there's acres of diamonds in this boy. My new agent, I hope. Our only enemy, America, in the world is the absence of our unity. We know how to do mathematics. We know how to use elements. And we now have the greatest technologies that this world has ever seen. So what we need to do is, how do we unify? Maybe it is time for a world unification. I'm the guy to lead that. Why? Because first of all, I love all of you. I can see both sides and the in-between. The left side of the way we look at things, we should look at how for guidance, leadership, discipline on the left side of the Bible, or on the left side of our brains. And on the right sides, we got to remember, we got to love ourselves, we got to stay in flow state. So while I'm sitting here melting with nobody around to help cheer me up, because a lot of them sign NDAs, and they get around me, they're going to tell me, but they can't, and this and that, and so nobody's told me, but I've seen everything. The people that will not lie to me, but I'm not asking them direct questions because I didn't want to mess up for you, America, and for the world to get the attention that the things need to help you to win. So I've been sitting over here walking through. It's been like a total crazy battle for me. Walking through this, supremely aware of what's going around me. Some cool things have gone down. It's been really cool in some ways, but I'm not in it for the fame and the fortune. Do I want that? Heck yeah. Are you kidding me, motherfucker? Who doesn't want that, right? Have I earned it? Heck yeah, I have. And that's where I came to today. And have I earned the right to be listened to, and for somebody to actually that wants to make films about me to at least do them in the way that God says and that I've been walking with, so children can have more hope? The hope that I lost as a kid, but God helped teach me how to restore and how to teach. So people can have more joy and happiness. And so people can have more focus and friendliness. But you guys keep doing this thing, and you're hunting for a backslider. You're hunting for an addict. But that's not your motherfucking job. Your job's to get off that cross, quit shooting nails into people, and to get down there and love them and support them and be around them. It's time to end this social distancing. It's not worth. It's bad math, and the enemy can't win, and we're not going to win. We're going to be a scoreboard America, and we're going to run America like a sports team. It's time for this old hierarchy. Let's have tea after everybody cleans their dentures and, fancies up in 42 pounds of makeup so they look like they're not 147 years old, which I've heard rumors that a couple people in the house are actually 147 years old. I don't know if they're true or not. I mean, I don't think so. But it's time to renew, and you can't renew without new. It's not just time to renew, it's time to refresh, just like a page refresh. And it's not only time to just page refresh, but let's keep using technology. It's time to X out of some things. And it's time that we fight up against this devil, which the Bible says is in principalities. We have a constitution, so if you're not a Bible person, the Constitution, we always go back to that, right? Well, this says. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Right now, we don't have the pursuit of happiness because we've been sent home. We have that right. Life, we're living, but we're being killed, and our life's being shrunk by flash rates, wrong food, all these things, so we're getting less life. So we have a right to that life. We have the right to the liberty to do whatever we want as long as we're not hurting people. And you being sick or any of us getting sick doesn't have to do with anybody else doing whatever they want. That's not the only logic out there just because the flash rates have you in this freak out mode and you're doing everything they can. Everybody making a mask. You were given a nose and a mouth. Cough. Wash your mouth out. Gargle some salt water. Go swimming. Exercise. It's like the lungs squirting stuff out when you're doing that. So we got to get better. How do we do that? We detect it. Life improving technologies. We need them in our homes, just like toothbrushes. America's got the best smiles because we implemented dental care. We need to implement mental care. And so what we need to do is change our whole focus. Leaders out there, we need a new style. What you looking for? Here it is. First, you measure what's wrong. You don't judge it. I don't care if you're Tony Robbins, me, Jetson, President Trump. We're all great readers of human beings. We're the best on the planet right there. But if we don't measure, we're looking at the effects and not the cause. And for the medical world, this came through my mind. So, and for all the neurofeedback world with all this QEEG that's getting disrespected like crazy, blow y'all away with what I can do. But here's what I thought. So the top line of an EEG reading is power. How much gas is in the tank? How much fuel's in each one of these? And right now we're running like this. That's why all we say is this. That's why all of our actions are making masks. Making masks and doing this. Oh my God, everybody's dying. Shoot. PTSD's hard. Y'all don't ever see me lose it like this. You don't ever see me lose it like this. Okay, so when we can unify people, put it this way, all works without measuring first. That's where I was at. We are guessing without measuring. All right, the top line is magnitude, how much power. The second line is dominant frequency, the response, the cause, the effect. We're a bunch of bartenders that keep pouring sour and gross and spoiled shit everywhere we go into everybody's face and like this. Oh, this person needs my... Where's it? Somebody tell my story wrong. Right? That's how this is going. Man, PTSD is hard. All right, so I'll try to close it up. I'm losing my spot here. So, man, it's 52 minutes. I didn't even know it. But we have to unify. We have to understand these concepts, and they're really not that difficult. We have to, detect what's going on. We have to encourage each other. We have to get rid of the social distancing thing. The human body needs touch. That's part of this system, and we have none now. I'm seeing everybody getting sour, and if I'm sitting at home depressed and sad myself, and I'm a person that thrives in the ability to be sad, and I have the technology to help me maintain, then I can't imagine what everybody else is doing out there. This needs to end like this. Dunk! Make it happen. Anything I forgot or skipped over, PTSD, took away from us today, I hope you forgive me. I hope you keep loving me. And hey guys, I stood up for the whole crowd today because my vision and that supreme awareness that looks almost autistic because I'm ignoring everybody so I can focus on God, but I could see everything that was going around. So I stood up strong. One time Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. I have no idea why, but I would assume for something, I don't know, maybe not similar, I have no idea. But it wasn't right in my heart the way things were going. And this is why I'm the perfect person to be your next president of the United States. Because am I upset? I'm hurt. It's hard to be happy when you don't have these things filled up. So I'm environmentally hurt, internally good. I'm praying, I'm singing, I'm running around doing good things. So internally I'm good, but externally my world's crap because of this judge environment. And then somebody infected the people around me with a shush order or a mask. And now I'm falling like a king and like a star like this. And now next thing you know, people are like, oh my God, what's wrong with Vinci? I'm like, I saw it coming all along, but now everybody's basically, I'm like, get on the boat. Get on the boat, baby. I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. I know how to walk us right out of the darkness. I know how to walk us right out of mental health issues. I know how to do this. But right now, I don't have anybody behind me. They've all been fooled and cooped up by it, whoever it is, with that balloon. And they're getting savaged by the wrong story rather than supporting me. We are a force We are the JC Force, and we will lead America and the world into helping people, into building people up, into PT, protecting technology, into protecting our privacy, into protecting all the things. There is not a future without us. And if COVID bounces back up, we never know. We could lose all of our government right now at the ages they're all at. So everyone, young and old, needs to consider this voting season, this November, to make sure that you vote for people that next flu season, when it comes through, are the odds with us to win, or are they against us? We are now, when we settle that $3 trillion deal we're going to buy our country back with, and we're going to implement systems the same way they're making money off us around the world. We're just going to give ourselves those same systems. If you don't understand it, support me because I'm handsome and cute, and I show my emotions on TV. If you like to feel bad for people, feel bad for me. If you like to be angry at people and then like them like y'all did Trump, do that. Whatever you got to do, but get behind me, because even without y'all having to do much, God's given me a lot in this silence and in this PTSD. And any of you out there in PTSD that are suffering through it, I'm sorry you're going through that. I really am. And I'm praying for you. And so I'm not here for the shame and the show, and I hope all that BS ends, because I'm here to help 300 heroes. 100 retired U.S. military. We can put Israel in there too if they want to be a part of this. NFL, I can fix the problem, probably prevent it before it shows up. Play ball, boys. And police, rescue, and oh, look at this. Look at this bird. Police, rescue, and fire. Because all of those groups of people have this going on. People are like, why'd you choose them? A lot of people are like, why'd you choose the NFL people? That's an infected community. So until next time, support your people. End the shutdown, Mr. Trump. Put it on me. Bring me in as a doctor. Watch this. I'll get everybody fired up. Time to change the narrative. Time to change who's talking. I love you guys. Have a great day. Pray for me, but I'm okay. I'll make it. I got this cape. I got you guys. I got God. Hopefully I'll have an agent soon, and hopefully it will end the molestation of my talent and of my story. I'm here to help people. And when we start helping people, I'll start smiling more. I love you guys. Make the right choice.